Okay, welcome to Comfy Havoc number 2. I deleted the video that this is supposed to be, so we're going to do it again. Let me explain why I deleted the video. I got completely off topic. I started talking about the alphabet community and how much I cared about my family members in that community and blew the whole damn thing out of the water. So we're not going to go there. But we are going to stick on topic because this video is about Herschel Walker and female politicians. Alright? So, first and foremost, I'm not going to lie, I had idolized Herschel Walker. He was a pretty big, black, prominent figure in football, when I actually liked football. However, I did not like him as much as I liked Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, the Chicago Bulls back then, Bo Jackson, and yes, Wayne Gretzky is a white guy, but I love Wayne Gretzky because I loved hockey, and there weren't many black people, if any, playing hockey at the time. I loved Larry Bird. I loved Magic Jordan. Herschel Walker was in that list. O.J. Simpson was in that list. But the one thing all those guys have over Herschel Walker is that they could actually carry on a conversation. And then his son outed him. Jumped all down his throat. No. But it wouldn't matter because I would never vote for Herschel Walker anyway. Mostly because he's a Trump supporter. And anybody who watches my channel, and if you stayed here regardless of my feelings towards Trump, I thank you, but not Herschel Walker. Any fucking Hello Kitty could do a better job than Herschel Walker. Now, let me explain that. When Herschel Walker was outed, I watched his conversation. And he may have a little bit of CTE from playing football. I get it. But he couldn't carry on a conversation. He couldn't really vocalize what he was trying to say. And I get that too. However, he is against the one thing that I kind of stand for. He is against the woman's rights to choose. Alright? See, let me explain this to all the men in the room, just in case y'all forgot. Men, we don't get a choice when it comes to women. The women have to choose us. We can choose to pursue a woman until she calls the cops. But in the end of the day, if a woman is going to lay in bed with you and pleasure you, it's going to be her choice. It's not going to be your choice. And if you take that choice from her, that would be called sexual assault or rape. They are not the same. I learned that while I was in school. I always thought they were the same. They are not the same. Because sexual assault can go anywhere from groping to forced penetration. Forced penetration is actually rape. And if you're using your fingers to force penetrate into a woman, that's rape. Where if you're groping boobs and grabbing them by the vagina, that's sexual assault. Because you don't have the right to do that. You do not have your right to put your hands on any woman without her consent. Period. Consent is very important. Shut up, dog! Anyway, I'm sorry you're going to hear that a lot. Because I'm about to go to work and I need to make sure I get this video done before I go to work so I can post everything. Now, if he'd have been for women's rights and women's rights to choose, I would have had a problem. Everything else, I don't give a rat's ass about his politics because I am not a Republican. I'm not so much a Democrat. I'm leaning more to being an independent who just votes Democrat because it's the lesser of two evils. And Trump really opened my eyes to how the Republicans really feel about us working people. Alright? And it's probably not all Republicans. Because not all Democrats are Democrats. Because some of them are Trumplocrats. Alright? Think I'm bullshitting. You'll find out I'm not. Anyway. When he decided that the woman's right to choose was not really on option for him, I have no love for Herschel Walker. Period. And maybe if he learned how to conjugate a conversation, maybe speak a little bit more properly, I might actually start liking him. Not. Never gonna like this bastard. Anyway, that being said, let's move on to the second part of this conversation because I gotta get ready to carry my ass to work. Alright? So, females. Females, whether you're on my channel or not, females, this one is for you. To any female politician who does not believe that the woman's right to choose affects them, as well as the innocent, as well as the working class, as well as the rich, you are kidding yourself. And let's not forget that When we fall, y'all fall. That's why I use 2 bottles. But here's the thing. And now I got to get serious. Now I got to get up on you, get all up in your damn face. If you are a female politician and you do not support the woman's right to choose, you are part of the problem. And let me explain that to you, because this is how this works. Most politicians don't give a flying frack about anybody except their own. And they don't change their minds unless that shit hits home. And let me explain that to you in layman's terms. A few years back here in Virginia, we had this law that was put into effect, that was passed, that everybody who drove through Virginia at an expedient amount of speed could fly through Virginia at like almost 100 miles an hour and not have a problem. Because Virginians were going to have to pick up that fucking bill, which we did. We had to pick up that bill. And then something happened. A petition happened. I don't know who started the petition, but I know I signed it twice. Now, let me explain that. In this petition, it states that anybody from Virginia, regardless of what city you were from, if you were driving over the speed limit, your ticket was tripled. No, pure and simple, your ticket was tripled. If you were driving 100 miles, so you have a 65 speedometer on the road, and if you were caught doing 180, 75, your ticket was tripled, because you had to cover the bill of the non-people from Virginia that was speeding and never got tickets. But if they got tickets, they had to pay a normal ticket where we had to cover that cost. You know why that changed besides the fucking petition? Because the politicians' kids in those high-dollar cars and those fancy-ass gas machines that could drive anywhere in 0 to 60 in 2.4 minutes were driving over the speed limit. The politicians' kids started getting arrested. The politicians decided this was not a good law, because the politicians started having to pay these $400 and $500 goddamn dollar tickets, and then they realized, you know what, we fucked up. We totally fucked up. And I use that as an example for what I'm about to say, because I don't want to make this video too long. Politicians don't give a shit about anybody but their own. As long as their kids aren't breaking the laws are fine. But when their kids start breaking the law, they start fucking worrying about their pockets, because their kids are making them go broke. But it's not really making them go broke. It's not really hurting them at all. It's hurting us, but it's not really hurting them. And so I say this as I double down. I say this to you female politicians who have a place at the table. Did y'all forget y'all have vaginas? Because those dudes at the table don't give a fuck that you have a vagina. Because I'm going to say this, because the woman's right to choose is very important to me, because consent is everything. And I say this to protect women in general. Not just women, because I'm angry that there's trying to be a nationwide ban on abortion with no exceptions. No exceptions for rape, no exceptions for incest, no exceptions for your crazy ass uncle who beat you up and took you in an alley and sexually assaulted you, or raped you, or molested you, or had been doing it to you since you were like 6 years old. And you may be forced to have that baby, because these assholes don't think that you have the right to choose what goes on with your bodily autonomy. And there are females signing off on this shit in some of the 49 states. Technically the 50 states. But technically Hawaii is not really a state. Anyway, if you are female and you don't think that your daughter can be raped by your husband, by your father, by your brother, by their best friends, by their cousins, because usually, and I learned this in class, domestic violence or intimate partner violence class, most women are raped by somebody that they know more than a rape of opportunity. So, to you women in Congress, in the Senate, in the House of Justice, or whatever the fuck it's called, what's it going to take for you to realize that you are taking away a woman's right to choose? In some states, they're going to allow rapists to literally get away with it and not be on the sex offenders list. When will you realize that your daughter's in danger? Your sister's in danger. Your great-granddaughters are in danger. Your great-great-granddaughter's in danger. And you You, yes, you dumbass heifers, signed on a bill for this shit. Because see, here's how it works, and I'm gonna say it one more time just in case y'all didn't get it. See, the politicians don't change their mind until that shit hits home. So if someone rapes a politician's daughter, and please don't go out and do that, because that's not right. But if someone does do that, that's when those motherfuckers are gonna want to be above the law. That's when they're gonna want to say, we're gonna get our child a secret abortion. No, 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 no. No, because if regular citizens can't have a secret abortion, neither can a politician's kid. Let's keep this shit fair. If a politician's husband rapes their daughter needs to have that baby. If a politician's daddy or brother or cousin or whatever rapes that politician's daughter, that politician's kid needs to have that baby, because that's exactly what you're doing to every other female in the United States. Which again is bullshit, but that's what you're doing. And we don't want you to say at that last unholy God-worthy minute where your child is on the chopping block because now your child just got raped by 6 men, all politicians, all who watched her grow up, all who wanted to find out if she was tight, if she was sweet, if she was sexy, if she was juicy, because they could see her body as she's growing into a young woman versus when she was a little girl, because you brought her to the White House and all these other places that y'all go because y'all have bodyguards. But bodyguards, they blink. And when you blink, shit fucking happens. So when your daughters are attacked or raped or sexually assaulted, don't go changing your mind about women's right to choose when you take that away from every other woman in the United States. But now that it happens to your kids, now you want to do something about it. No, 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 no. See, the best way for you to do something about it is to not take the woman's right from her in the first fucking place. But of course, I'm pretty sure you're too stupid to do that because it's too much like the right damn thing to do. A woman's right to choose should not only just be about who she chooses to have sex with consensually. It should be about everything in their life like it normally is. Because if you notice, where most women grow up, they choose their husband. We men, on the other hand, we pray that we are chosen. Because if you're ugly like me and you don't have money, good luck. Yeah, good fucking luck. But if you're ugly and you have money, well, women are going to choose you. They'll throw themselves at your feet. Or if you're famous, which is why I'm trying to get famous, because that way women can throw themselves at my feet. But I only want one. Say the same. Anyway, if you're fucking gonna sit here and take the rights from every woman, regardless of how it happens, you're a piece of shit. And if you are a female and you are signing up for this shit, you're the biggest piece of shit, because you're a female and you're signing on ending your daughter's rights, your sister's rights, your aunt's rights, your niece's rights, your great niece's rights, your great granddaughter's rights. You're taking all that shit away from women because you don't believe in the woman's right to choose, and that she should be forced to have a baby of somebody who body slammed her while she was walking home from school, dragged her in an alley, tased her, put a knife to her throat, put a gun to her head, and the only way she survived was to let this man put his dick inside of her pussy. But instead of y'all deciding, hey, this could happen to any woman, because it happens to every woman every 15 minutes a woman is being sexually assaulted. And it might be less than that, because I learned that in domestic violence class, that it's between every 1 to 15 minutes a woman is being sexually assaulted. It might not be full-on rape, but she's definitely being sexually assaulted, which means she's being groped. And I'm not talking about, like, fucking damn porno scenarios. I'm talking real life shit. A woman is either being sexually assaulted or a woman is being murdered. And 9 times out of 10, it's either by somebody she knows or somebody that she knows. Because they couldn't control their shit in their pants. And you're going to take that away from them. Because you don't think that they have the right to choose what goes in and out of their body. Because you don't think that they have the right to choose who they want to procreate with. No, you're just going to decide, hey, you stupid bitch, you should have been wearing that short skirt. You stupid hoe, you should have been out there rocking that crop top. The girl was wearing a school uniform. Because that's a fantasy too. And the uniform was a standard dress to her knees. Not the ones you see in porn where you can see high thigh and muffs. So what happens when a girl is assaulted in a normal outfit? Pair of jeans, pair of leggings, and you're going to take those rights from her. And if you're female and you're watching this, you need to be listening so that you can vote for yourself to have the right to choose who you're going to sleep with willingly versus some asshole popping you in the back of the head with a fucking baseball bat and taking your vagina from you in an alley. And then, you got shame, you got guilt, and you got to worry about what's going to happen next. Because let's not forget, what was it, 5-6 months ago? A 6-year-old or 8-year-old child was raped and had to have her go to another state because the state didn't allow her to have an abortion. She's a fucking child. You think children can defend themselves against grown people? I made a video about this shit because there was a little girl on TikTok and she kicked a grown man in the knee. I can almost tell you there's no way in hell she can generate enough power to bring a grown man kicking him in the knee to his knees. Now, she kick him in the nuts, yeah, she's got a fighting chance, but she might be afraid. She might not know that once you kick somebody in the nuts, you should probably follow up with a fucking knee to the face. Specifically the bridge of the nose to unalive that motherfucker so he doesn't take her and molest her or rape her or do some shit that fucking sick people fucking do. Yet, y'all want to vote for these dumb motherfuckers? And you women want to sign off on this shit too. Oh, it's because we're Catholic. It's because we're Christian. I'm pretty sure Jesus did not turn his eye to fucking rapes. Oh, I'm going to let this happen. I'm pretty sure that the everlasting creator did not send humans to earth to become rapists. Let's see. Let's make this guy. Oh, damn it. I let him be born. Fuck it. He's going to grow up and be a rapist. I don't think that's how it works because rape is generally a human choice. It's also a power crime. But of course, because if you don't know people who have been raped, you're not going to talk about it. I know a couple of people who have been raped, females. And I will tell you right off the bat, it changes them forever. And you want to force them to have children from the person who raped them. Where's your fucking humanity? And now, it's a good chance this video is going to get me fucking banned from YouTube forever. So YouTube, I'm sorry. I am in my feelings on this shit because of the simple fact that I have 5 female sisters. At least 2 of my sisters have daughters. I have 3 brothers. At least 2 of my brothers have daughters. And I'm 49 years old. And I have to worry if somebody who has been militarily trained like me, or some sick freaking street soldier, just happens to bump into one of my nieces who is barely of age, or way underage, and take them, and then take their virginity, their innocence, and every damn thing else from them, because you assholes decided women don't have the right to choose their bodily autonomy. I'm going to end the video here, because I need to go to fuck to work. But thank you for watching. I am Echo Van Grey Wolf. Please stay safe out there. And women, especially if you're in politics, do not take the right of a woman's bodily autonomy from them. Because just because you have bodyguards, the government pays for your bodyguards. Are you going to walk around and pay for every girl from the age of 6 to 25's bodyguard to make sure that they are protected? Because you've taken their fucking rights to choose away. And if you're not going to pay for that, y'all already have enough problems with the pink tax and feminine product tax, and now you're going to take their choices away from them. I don't have a lot of fans. I may never have any more fans after this video. It'll be worth it if women still get their right to choose. Because I know if I was a woman, the last damn thing I would do is vote against my fucking self. Let that sink in. Because a lot of you female politicians, you're voting against yourself. You're voting against your gender. You're voting against the one thing that you can control for the most part wherever you are until you come across some psychopathic sick son of a bitch that's going to rape you whether you want it or not. Think about that shit. Think about your daughters. Think about how many women live in fear of being raped. Damn near all of you. Think about the men who can do nothing. Because we'll be murderers if we kill the guy that rapes our daughters or our sisters or our aunts or our cousins. But we'll be the bad guy. Well, I'd rather be the bad guy and do 20 years in jail for killing somebody who raped my sisters or my nieces or their kids than the guy who sat there and let it fucking happen. And I damn sure would be even worse if I was a female and I voted that women have no rights. What's wrong with you people? What's wrong with America? Time to fix this problem. I am Echo Fan Grey Wolf. This is Kung Fu Epic number 2. Be seeing you.